Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Tillamook chapstick. No, it's actually Tillamook, it's not chapstick. But I've been using this every day since I got it. So I'm gonna have to take back this is chapstick and just be like, moisturize your lips with something. This is mint chocolate chip ice cream. Did I just say I've been using this every day since I got it? Like, I am seriously loving this. And I did do a comparison between this and chapstick. This does give more of a shine. So this is like, I mean, it is a lip balm type product, but it does like give a glow. And I did try it, as I said, with the chapstick, well, as a comparison, and the chapstick don't shine like this. And so I'm really digging this too. And part of me is like, but then I wipe it off to put on a lip product. I had a dilemma. Thank you for being here. This is the Crazy Troll Nation. So let me do that intro while I am putting on my eye primer. And I did realize that when I talk through my intro, I tend to put on more eye primer than I normally would. And I think because I don't want to be bored, or you guys be bored just seeing me sitting here do stuff and not talking at the same time. But the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation is just doing your own thing. Not feeling like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. And truth be told, like when I first started wearing makeup, I did feel like I was a little crazy because I wasn't doing what I was trying to do, what they were saying I should do. And a lot of things weren't for me. So I'm like, you know, I'll be crazy and just do my own thing. So that's where that part of the intro comes from. Just doing what you want to do, whatever brand you want to use, whatever tool, whatever technique to get your makeup on the way that you want to. And that's something that I had to learn. And I hope that you guys, that it resonates with those of you who watch, to not feel like you need to do what YouTubers are saying you need to do. And the troll part is actually the same thing. I just mixed up my intro. The troll part is just doing your thing. The crazy part is I do my intro backwards. The crazy part is just enjoying your videos if you do videos, and enjoying the channels you watch. And if you don't do videos, still just enjoying the channels that you watch. The troll part is the other part. If you don't do what they say do, you're wrong, your makeup is busted, blah, blah, blah. So call me crazy, call me a troll. And sometimes my looks do be busted, but I can say I tried it. And so that's the thing. It's just to try things and see what works for you. Beneath all of that, and more important than all of that, is self-love and self-acceptance. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. I do curse in my videos sometimes because I do curse in real life sometimes. If you're new here, thank you. I appreciate you, and I see you. I see you. If you've been here more than twice, you are my troll kin. We are family. You see from the title what the video is about, but I'm having a dilemma. I have those often. I analyze myself, my thoughts, my actions, the same way as I do for my therapy clients. But this is the Fenty foundation and primer. That's the only thing on my face today. And my brows I did with the L'Oreal brow pencil today. And I was looking at this, the Rare Beauty foundation that I received in subscription box. In real life, this is a tad too yellow for me. And even when I apply it in video, to me it looks too yellow, but then, you know, with bronzer and everything, I can make it work. But then I'm thinking, why make it work when this works? And with this, I do put concealer under my eyes and for the redness here, whereas with the Fenty, it evens out my entire face. Yes, you do still see some under eye discoloration, but it's not as prominent as when I just used this. And so I was really about to throw this away, and then I'm like, I can make it work though. But the thing is when you have something that works just because it works, why make something else work? You have to work to make it work, where this you don't. So I was about to toss this, and then I thought, when I wear the Estee Lauder, there's two shades in Estee Lauder. I can wear either one all year round, and one is 4W1, which is Honey Bronze, and this one is 4N2, which is Spice Sand. Either one of these I can wear all year round, and they works. Depending on the time of year and which one I use, I may have to use a bronzer. But even with these, I still do go in with concealer under my eyes and for this part here. And so I'm thinking, if I do that with Estee Lauder, what's the big deal about doing that with Rare Beauty? And so I didn't throw it away. But let me know what you think about that. Like, do you analyze what you have, whether you should keep it or not, and why or why not? Because as I said, I was really about to throw it away, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I do wear concealer with Estee Lauder. But the thing is with Rare Beauty, I really look like I need to. Like my under eye is like super dark, and even this area here, where this area here with the Estee Lauder, I can get away with it. You still see a little redness, but for me it's natural because it is usually red around my nose area. And so I feel like the Estee Lauder works better still than the Rare Beauty because it's not too yellow just like all the time. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. So I have out Fenty brushes. We're using all Fenty brushes except for what we blended our eye primer with. That was not a Fenty brush. That was a Sephora brush. These are not Fenty brushes. One is, I'm not going to name it. And this one is an Inglot. And both of these are angled. And we're going to use these for liners on our upper lash line. The brush we used for foundation and primer was an e.l.f. brush. I love it, but it's starting to creak, so it will be falling apart soon. We're going to do today, I did not powder down yet. The Fenty primer foundation does dry down on its own as time goes on. So by the time I finish the eye look, it will be dry. If it was a situation where I wanted to just go straight in with powdered blush, bronzer, and all of that, then I would powder it down just so the process is quicker. Today we're going to use for the eyes 2 of the Mario quads. I was going to do 1 quad each clip, but I said, you know what, let's just do it and get it done so that way we can get to the exciting part. And I think I'm gonna do just basic looks, and so that whoever wins the other set, you can have an idea of what to do with it. So I'm not going to be trollish and crazy, hashtag she tried it, team too much and all of that, because I want you all to see just looks that you can do and feel comfortable with if you don't like the troll style. So this one is Rosy Glam. This one is Bronzey Glam. And the name of this throws me off because I see the purple before I see the red, which is the rosy. And so I'm like, is this rosy? But we're going to see. So we're going to do both the looks kind of at the same time, because we're going to do the same steps, the same process. And this is sticking. This part right here is sticking to the part up here that creates the hood. So my lids are definitely hooded. So in here is like sticking, which is good. So I was wanting to do the crease part first. But we're going to just do what we normally do and do the lid shades first. Just to get stuff there because it's very sticky and it's uncomfortable. So for Rosy, for Bronzey Glam, we're going to take... oh, gee, I don't know. We're going to see if this shade will lay. But then I'm thinking that would be for tear duct, maybe. Because these are close in tone. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. We're going to do first half of the lid, second half of the lid, because again, we're going to stay simple and easy. First half of the lid, and this one is BG, because this is a Bronzey Glam. So this is BG1, and we're going to put that there, but it's not. Okay. Okay. This is going to be a very ethereal look. And these are supposed to be glam palettes. Party Glam, this glam, that glam. And from what I see with glam looks is that it is very ethereal, and you might have like a pop of color for your upper lash line. And so for me, they're the they're not there looks, which I like stuff to look like they're there. And with the glam looks, it may be a poppin' lip, like a poppin' red lip or something. But as far as the eyes, to me, it's just barely there. Like the typical looks you see with Pat McGrath palettes, those type of looks. Which y'all see, I smoked it out and grunged it out, and I was proud of myself for doing that. And most of the looks, the Decadence one was kind of like, okay, that's that messy goth, messy grunge, which I do like too. And we're just gonna flip this over and go into this one down here. This is number 3. So I'm hoping this gives you, I mean, this is just basic. And so I don't think I'm showing you anything new. I'm not showing you anything different. So really what this is just doing is just showing you what the colors look like on my complexion and showing you a really easy, pretty look. That's this shade, and it's really not much different than the first shade. The first one is a little more shiny, but it's still very much not there. So it's pretty. It's not my vibe at all. Y'all know I like dark, smoky, that messy grunge. But this is what it is. Yep, I'm stuttering. So we're gonna put that down. I am tickling myself here. Y'all know I want to go in with this and then this, but we're going to be simple. So we're going to take this on the first tap. Wait a minute, is that a matte? I'm having trouble with the finishes here. You know, we're just going to do it. We're going to first half of the lid, second half of the lid. Yeah, we're just going to do it because this is number 3. It looks dark down here. And then I look up here and it looks different because down here it looks darker because it's shaded down here. This is pretty. That's this shade. And this is the Fenty number 230 brush, which says it's a blending brush. But because of the shape of it, as you see, it's good for packing. And then I can go in and do this thing because my whole blending area here is what I'll blend. And so I do like this brush for both packing and for blending. And we're going to turn it over and go into this shade. This is number 2. This is the one that looked funky, but then once I swatched it looks fine. So I think it might be either the oils that are in it, if there is an oil in it, or something that made it look like it was separated, which made it look like it was swatched. But once I put the sponge tip applicator in it, why do those look like the same shade? This is the first half of the lid. This one is the second half of the lid. You know what though? It's true to what it is because Glam looks, as I said, the ones I see are the they're not their looks. But even though these look very different on my complexion, not really. This does appear to be a dual chrome. Because this way it looks the same as the first half of the lid, and then when you turn, it changes. I do like this shade. I like the shade. I'm saying it like, who am I trying to convince? Okay, so we're going to go back to the first palette, to Bronzey Glam. And we're going to take this shade, because now I'm thinking it's not going to be dark, because neither one of these were dark, and that purple is not. That is a pretty shade. Down here, I don't really see much of a shift, because it's darker down here, but when I look up here, I'm like, oh, she cute. So we're going to go into this one. This is number 4. I'm hoping this is not, it looks dark, but I doubt that it will be. And we're going to put this on our outer transition area. Nope. That's this shade, y'all. That is, and in person it looks deep burgundy, and I do have lights and stuff on that sometimes blow things out. But and I did think to turn both of my lamps off that's on the sides of my mirror, but then I thought it's not really blowing me out, but it seems to be doing something to the shadows. So we're going to go in small circular motions. We're going to tap back in, and we're going to tap it first because the Fenty primer for me is tacky. So we're going to tap the shadow on first, and then we're going to just do small circular motions. Tapping back in again, and we're tapping here. And we're going to do windshield wiper motions very lightly. So this is like the upper transition area. And I am touching my brow right here, which is fine. I'm starting to realize I like that better. And even how this one is almost touching the brow. I keep saying a lot because this is not my vibe, but it is pretty. And so we're tapping here because there was a lot of space over here because I have all this puffiness. And yeah. Going back to the brush that had the lid shades on it, and we are just, I don't know what side had what, so we're just turning it back and forth just to blend this area right there. So is it cute? Yeah, she cute. We're going to go over to Rosy Glam, and I see why it says Rosy because now it is just looking like all kind of red and rosy versus how this purple, how it looks, was throwing me off. So we're going to go into this shade here. And we're going to tap in, which is what we did with the other one. This is a clean brush, and this is 210 blending brush. And we're going to tap it first. And we are coming up to the brow right here. Okay. I'm going to do small circular motions. And we tapped in again. This is all just blending into like one shade. So this is one shade, this is 2, and this is 3. If you like this type of look, this is perfect. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, maybe you could, but from what I'm seeing, it's going to look nice. So that is that. I keep saying because I need to stop doing that. That's me thinking, and it's me wanting it to be something other than it is. And so the is like, yeah, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said I need to stop saying and just appreciate it for what it is. These are also Fenty brushes. These are the number 220s. And for Bronzey Glam, we're going to take this one. I'm wondering if it's going to be too light as a brow bone highlight, because these shades are not really showing up. So we're just going to put this like right here. You know, I'm thinking of the reviews that said, because these retail for $41 a piece. This is nice, but not worth the price. And so for $41, I see what they're saying. So, and the 3 of them for $25, what is that? Like $7 a piece for a quad? That's elf prices, right? This is... Okay, we're going to go back to the brush that we used for the transition shade, and we're just going to just tap over top of that. Let me stop. Let me just stop, because y'all saying, it's a cute look, girl. Why are you tripping? And that's all. This whole thing is just kind of blending in, just like this whole side is blending in. Oh my gosh. So that's all the shades from Bronzey Glam. We're going to go back to Rosy Glam. We're going to take this shade here and put that up here. So the same techniques, the same style, same shades, kind of in the same places, except we tried to go dark with this one. I really thought that purple was going to be deeper. Seriously. Ooh, I just tapped into the purple by mistake. Wiping the brush off, going back into this shade, and that's what we're putting up here. And I just got it in my eyebrow. So that's this spot right there. And we're going to take the brush we used for that one for our transition, upper transition area, and we're just going to tap. We're just going to tap over top of that. We're going to take, this is a deep purple. We're going to put this on our lower lash line, under both eyes, and also on our inner rims. And so we're going to finish that up and come back. We're going to go into Rosy Glam, and we're going to take this shade, and that's going to go lower lash line under here. So not quite a two-tone look, because both lids, it just looks like one shade, but we're going to still just try to tie them together a little bit. And we're going to take the brush that we used for our upper transition shade, and we're just going to do this. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference though. That's that one. We're going to take a clean one and go into Bronzey Glam, and we're going to take this shade here, and that's going to go under here. I will say, so you know what, I should have put a bronze eyeliner under here instead of the purple. You know what, I just wanted more color. and I wasn't thinking, because if we were trying to tie this in with that, I should have put a bronze under here. The shadows did go on nice. You saw that they did go on. They were smooth. The brush we used for upper transition shade. So they're not bad. You are going to get a monotone look from these palettes though, which is not an issue. Not monotone, monochromatic. There was another video I kept saying monotone and I meant monochromatic, but I guess they do kind of mean the same thing. So that is it for these two quads. For upper lash line, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. We are definitely putting contemplative on this side. So that's going to tie in with up here. So we're going to do that, and we're going to take Bougie, this shade, and we're going to put that up here to tie in over here. And then we're going to see what it looks like, because if Bougie does not show up, then we're going to take Macro Violet, which is this shade, and put on top of it. But we're going to come back after we put Bougie over here and Contemplative over here. One brush for one side and one for the other side. So that is with Macro Violet. So, oh, almost dropped it. Thank goodness I got thick thighs. So that's with Macro Violet. And we did, you know, the same kind of wing, or tried to do the same kind of wing. And I did bring it from underneath, what is the word? The outer corner of the lower lash line, and bring that straight out. And so I've been playing around with liner again, so it doesn't look like the horseshoe thing. And yes, I need to cut my hair, and I can always tell because these pieces right here, no matter which way I brush them, they stick up. This side always lays no matter what, but this side, these pieces, I know I'm all over the place. We're going to do Lancome Sills Boost Mascara Primer. We're going to do Fenty Hella Thick Mascara. We're going to come back and we're going to do another Mario cheek situation, because I'm loving that situation. I still do really want to use the House Labs new blush that I got, but we're going to do a Mario cheek thing because we got the Mario eye going on. We're going to do the mascara, come back and do the face part. Y'all, this one, I cannot with my lash. Just that one little long lash. And over here I have a couple long ones. So I have a couple hanging out over here. And this one long one hanging here. Alright, where's my Mario stuff? Let's just keep it moving, because I am just sitting here like just giggling at myself. Do y'all want to see this process? Because y'all saw me do this before. And this video was getting long, probably because I keep just talking. So I'm pulling out brushes as if I didn't know I was going to do this video. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzer. The shade is in Dark. I did not... Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to powder. Yeah, I'm going to have to powder down. It's a little warm in here today. We want to take the Fashion Fair Truly Tawny Powder. And we are going to just use this brush right here. Put that on, then we'll come back. I dropped it. Thank goodness I got another one. Do I? No. But we're going to take this one. It's a similar one. So we're going to do this and then come back. So the bronzer in Dark. Take the brush, tap it in. This is a Fenty brush. Excuse me. This is the 190. I know I'll be acting like I don't know how to speak. So that's going to go there. I like this. Ooh. I need to use the pat ones again too. Oh, you know what? I traded with a friend of mine, Bronze Nirvana for, I think, Bronze Divinity. I saw something interesting today. I was reading the comments under somebody's video, and they were saying for the Pat bronzers, they saw a demo in one of Pat's videos of them using one of the bronzers as a face highlighter. That they put it, you know, on their forehead, down the center of their nose, and Cupid's bow and all of that. And I'm thinking, if this is a bronzer, and you're saying it's a bronzer, why are you using it as a highlighting powder? This is honey. No, wait, that is honey, but we need to use the blush first. This is Wild Berry. This is the Fenty brush number 125. And so I thought that that was kind of strange. And I know you can use products for whatever reason you want to, but if you're saying this is a bronzer, why are you demoing it as a highlight powder? And even as a bronzer, why is it a face powder for some people? And that's because of the tone of it. Like if it matches my skin tone, like even this bronzer, like for the Rare Beauty foundation, because it is, like, in person it is super yellow, then I would use that. I could use this bronzer as an all over face powder. And I'm just like, but that's not what it was made to be. It was made to be a bronzer. And so even though you can use anything for what you want it to, and that's the intro, use whatever you want, however you want to. But in my mind, I'm thinking, but you're saying it's this. And it's not. So I'm just kind of, you know, so this is Honey. Thank you, Tanya. This is one of the things that she got me. And I am loving it. I am loving it. Oh my gosh, y'all. Fenty brush number 120. Did I say that already? I don't even know. I put this on and I got blinded by my own brilliance. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm saying, but I know I'm looking good. I did a video. Was it with this? No, it wasn't. It wasn't with this excuse me, with this Mario situation. It was my Eclectic Beauty donation video. I caught a glimpse of myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking all bright and shiny today. And I really distracted myself. And I said in the video like, ooh, I distracted myself. Troll looking good. And I didn't even mean to say that, but it just came out of my mouth. And when I watched the video today is April 20th. When I watched the video today, I bust out laughing. I was drinking water and almost choked. Because I'm just like, I was just so distracted. Like, ooh, Troll's looking shiny and glowy today. She looking good. And it just, sometimes it just happens. You just catch a glimpse of yourself and it's just like, it's like you don't even know yourself. You just see something and you're like, wow, that looks nice. And I'm like, oh, that's me. She cute. She real cute today. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out a lip and I'm thinking I want to use one of the lips that Tanya got me. I am really digging this highlighter. And I'm just so excited to do the cheek situation because I kept telling myself I didn't need to do that. We have 2 Lippies to choose from that Tanya sent me and a friend Mel gift card. We did use a purple last time. So let's use this one this time, even though I don't like the matchy. So we're going to use this one because we used dark purple before. This one is Auburn Prestige. And we're first going to remove a little bit of chapstick. But I am just, you know, with those bronzers, I think she needs to revamp or add additional shades. Not revamp the shade line, but do more shades, because some of the darker shades are showing up the same on people. And it's just like, why? Or they're showing up too light or too dark, or using one as a highlighter because it's too light. I'm like, if these are supposed to be bronzers and they're not bronzing, maybe you need to create different shades, have additional shades. And the progression to me was strange too, because Desert Glow, because I got Desert Glow and Bronze Nirvana in a duo. When you look at the order they're in, Desert Glow is before Bronze Nirvana, but when I put them on, Desert Glow was darker than Bronze Nirvana. And I'm like, what? And so both, they did look nice though, but it was just strange to me that it's just so different than what we thought. And for them both to look so ashy, and they showed up darker than the pan. It's just like, it's just deceptive looking, but I'm glad they both worked out. So this is Auburn Prestige, and we're going to put this on and come back. One of the things I love about this, it is a lip cream. It's also a liquid lipstick. It dries down matte, which it says, but because it's a cream, it is not drying. My lips never feel dry. Another thing I love about this is, if I have to reapply more in one certain space, it doesn't look like it's added on. Like how, what was it, that Revolution one? When I added more of the red, it looked deeper red than the other side of my lip. This one, you can just add more on in a particular place and it still looks the same. The color stays uniform. I like this look. The lip, I meant to say lip. I really like the lip with this eye. It does tie in under here, even though I don't like the matchy. But it does add color. Like if you just look at this side of my face, this brings life to the look. For this side, it's just like, oh, okay, you got some little darkness here, and then you got the dark lip, which is my vibe, even though I do like darker than this. And I do like the liner because it does break it up and it adds some visual interest. I do like that we went with a non-traditional black or brown over here, even though a brown would work too. But I'm liking adding different color. I'm glad that we added the purple under here. I do wish I would have thought to do the bronze under here just to tie the two looks in together in case you did want to wear a two-tone look like this out. And that's the way you can tie in a two-tone look. Whatever colors are up here, put it under here. Whatever colors are up here, put it under here. And then just find a lip that'll go with both. And even for upper lash line, whatever colors are up here, put that on your upper lash line here. These colors, use that for an eyeliner up here. And so that's how you can do a two-tone look and it not look crazy. Like if I went out like this, and I have worn two-tone looks out before, because you have corresponding colors, people are like, wow, that's nice, that's pretty, that's cute. I've never been like, oh girl, you got on two different eyeshadows, because the colors tie into each other. So that's the easy way to do that. When we come back, we're going to do a look with the third quad, and that is when we will do our announcement. And the third one is Party Glam. And I'm just curious of what these shades are going to look like, because this is Rosy Glam. This purple, I do believe it is a dual chrome, but otherwise it looks just like this shade. And this one just blended in with these two. Like it doesn't look like a distinct transition shade. And typically transition shades do just transition one shade to another, but it looks the same. It just blends in. And this is Bronzey Glam, which is cute. This color blends in with this one on the second half of the lid. Like, can you really tell it's 3 different shades on the lid? And this does kind of blend in with this one, except this one is the first one and it's a little more shiny, but overall it just blends in. So are we glam? You let me know. Maybe not with the lip and the liners, but yeah. So I'm curious of what these are going to look like. Are these going to look the same? We're going to find out. And again, we will do the announcement for the second set of quads. And so that's going to be it for this video. My nose is itching. Thank you for being here. We're not ending. You're going to see me in a few seconds. I'll be tripping. You'll see me in a few seconds. April 21st, Tillamook Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream. Yes, I am still using this every day. This is like a gloss, like a clear gloss, because it is shine, but it's very much a balm, like chapstick. I am really seriously digging this, and I am going to stop saying it because I know I've been saying it every time I use it. L'Oreal Brow Pencil, Fenty Primer and Foundation. That is it. The last Mario quad. This one. I didn't do anything else to the face. We'll see how we feel after we get the eyeshadow on. I'm either this or this first half of the lid. Why do I not know what I'm doing? We're going to do the gold. First half of the lid. This is a Fenty 230 brush. My lids were primed with the Fenty eyeshadow primer as usual. We're going to take a clean brush and go into this shade. That's going to go in the outer half of the lid. We're going to lightly blend in between. We're using the tip of the brush to blend up top. We're going to go back to the first brush, not adding any additional shadow, and we're going to pull the gold over to try to get it even with how the other side looks. I'm using the brush I use for primer and foundation just to tap under here, sweeping that gold, just whatever was left on that brush. It did create just a little bit of fallout, so we're just patting, and this is picking it up, either picking it up or blending it in, whichever, but it is removing the fallout. Actually, upon closer inspection, it did not remove the fallout, but we're going to just keep it moving. We're going to take a Makeup Geek Outer V brush and go into this shade here, and we're actually going to just dip straight in and use this for an outer V. We're going to take Deep Blue NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this is going to go on our lower waterline and on our upper and lower rims. We're going to take a Blend Bunny B2 and go into that same shade, and we're going to put this on our lower lash line. We're going to take a Blend Bunny brush B2. Wait a minute, was this a B2? Oh, this was a B2. So 2 B2s, and we're going to go into this shade. I wonder what it looked like as brow bone. I am wishing that there was a tan shade in here just to put in between brow bone and upper transition shade. I do not like how that looks. And so I'm going to go into one of the other Mario palettes and find a shade. We're going to go into Bronzey Glam, and we're going to take, this is a LaRouche brush, tapered blending LR007 that came in the subscription box, so I purchased it from subscription. And we're going to take this shade here, and we are going to just lightly run that right here. We're going to go back into Party Glam, and we're going to take this same shade that we used for our first half of our lid, and we're going to wrap that down to here. We're going to take a Fenty 210 brush back into Bronzey Glam, and we're going to take this same shade, and we're just going to buff under here. We're going to take Melt's OK Boomer and a brush that we shall not name. It's an angled brush. We're going to do this on our upper lash line. We only did half of the upper lash line. We started right here, so we didn't cross over to where the gold was because the silver show up over gold. I don't know. We're going to set the face with the Fashion Fair Truly Tawny Set It Loose powder. We're going to do a Mario cheek situation, and then we will do Lancome Sil's Booster Mascara Primer. And for mascara today, we're going to use the Il Makiage, and I do think I am ready to throw this away, but we're going to do this today, and when we come back we'll do a lip. I'm wiping off some of the Tillamook. I seldom use this. This is just a Forward Collection number 22 Sea Queen. I always use Dark Forest, and this one is very much neglected, so we're just gonna put it on. This looks hella blue. Maybe it's the lighting, but it does look like how it looks in the component. But is it the lighting? In person, this looks like a moss green. I don't quite like this shade. I'm going to fix this line right here. Let me know what you think of this lip. I'm not feeling it. I'm not really digging the color. I think it will serve a purpose one day, but this is Pat McGrath Astro Moonflower Gloss. We're going to just tap this on top just because it's blue. This probably doesn't want to look right either. Actually, I'm going to take a lipstick applicator so I don't have to double dip in here. And I'm going to try and scoop a lot. Okay. So this is the finished look. And we can say we've used all of these quads today. Party Glam, and it's hiding from me. Today, this is Party Glam. I'm not sure about the lip. But this is Party Glam. Between the three, this one did seem to have the most fallout. This shade and also this one. This one, not so much. And maybe it's just that the colors showed up more. All the shadows did go on very smoothly. You saw that they did, for the most part, show up, except the shades that are close to my complexion. This is Bronzey Glam that we did the two-tone look with yesterday. And this is Rosy Glam. So make sure you read below what you need to do if you would like to win the new set of these that I have not opened, that I purchased specifically to give away. And I'm only saying that, you know, to make sure you read below, even though I always say that, because I'm not sure what I want you to do yet. And so, or what I want your comment to be. So if you're wanting to win these 3 quads, the new set, you've seen me do one look with each quad, then yeah, so those are up for grabs, and that'll be it for this video. I do like the shadows. I do think $41 per quad was a lot of money for what you get, and if you're around my complexion, the bronzier tones, the tan tones will not really show up on you, but the other shades will. And I do like how this gold showed up. That silver shade for brow bone, I can still kind of see it even though I covered it up. A little light for my taste, but it may look good for inner corner if you don't have the gold in your inner corner. And you can also mix and match the quads too, so that's an option as well. Again, the quality is nice. $41 though for 4 shadows is not unheard of, but for me, because some of the shadows didn't show up, it was like, okay, so I'm paying $10 for a shadow that doesn't show up. You know what I mean? So, but if those are your colors, I will show all 3 of them to you again. If these are your color stories, or if you just want something fun, because this one is a fun one. If you want to venture into blues, it's not overwhelming because there's only 2 blues in here, and the silver does play off of the blue as well as the gold. So And mixing the gold and the blue where I blended in between, you get kind of like a little greenish type hint, which I think is really nice too. And so I think I should have put Dark Forest on the lip because it's supposed to be a dark green. On me it shows up different than a green, but I like how it shows up because it's dark. So again, these are the 3 quads. And so, you know, you can mix and match and, you know, do whatever you would like to do. I don't know what else to say, so I'm not going to say more. This video is hella long. When have my videos not been hella long lately? Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you've made it this far, go ahead and click the like button. If you've made it this far and you've been here more than 3 times and you're not subscribed, please do. And there are some links below. I have a Shop My link below with items in it that I do actually really love. And I don't just put stuff in there just to put it in there to try to make commission off of sales. It is an affiliate link, but I actually use and actually love all of the things that are in the Shop My store. So that's there for your leisure, and no additional cost to you if you use the links. But I do, as I said, make a commission off of that. That'll be it. And so thank you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.